So today we're going to talk about Elon Musk, affordable housing, and Mars. Yes, all three are connected. So I went down a rabbit hole today. I don't know if you guys do that, but it started off with looking at the articles where they're talking about how Elon Musk sold all his mansions and he's living in a $50,000 rented prefab unit at his Boca Chica, Texas facility. Okay, there's been a ton of press about it, and the consistent thread is everyone's like, oh, it's, 500 square feet and it can pop up in an hour and a half. And is this the future of affordable housing? Is that why Elon Musk is doing it? Is he just an eccentric billionaire? Why is he doing it? But it must just be because he's showing that he doesn't care for possessions. I don't think so. So I started digging into it because I thought it was really interesting. And as someone who's in housing as a mortgage lender, I see people priced out of markets all the time. Affordable housing is a huge crisis. And I am not saying we should give away houses for free. I'm not saying we should move to socialism. I am just saying it is a problem and we need a solution. So anytime you start seeing one of the most brilliant minds in modern history, love him or hate him, I don't think anyone thinks he's dumb, looking at stuff like this or talking about stuff like this as someone who's in the industry and sees the pain of being priced out, right? I'm the one on the phone hearing when people go, I can't find anything for that. And it's heartbreaking. So seeing a brilliant mind talking, or even the theory that they're gonna get involved, I get really excited because I'm like, okay, cool, let's solve this. This would be great. Also in California, we have 24% of the nation's homeless in California. That recently came out. There's been a lot of articles about what's going on with that because of the Newsom recall vote going on. And there was some nonsense number about the cost it takes for a homeless person to get a tent from the city, once it goes through all the hands, what that costs. So something like this, wow, Elon Musk, $50,000 house, it's prefab, it's good enough for him. Let's spread them across the country. Yes. Okay. I don't think that's why he's doing it. I think that it could be a byproduct of the press that he generates, because anything he does generates a ton of press. And it's definitely raising awareness of this company. And one of their missions is to create affordable and sustainable housing, which is a very good goal. In third world countries, this could be amazing as well. Now, what's interesting about this and why it drew me back to Mars is I'm gonna take you down the rabbit hole with me. So I started off looking at all the articles about him buying this house, very consistent. Then I went into the company and I was trying to figure out where their money comes from, because whenever you follow the money, you often find the truth. So I followed the money, and they have one lead investor named Carrie Waters. She's impressive. When you look her up, you're like, oh wow, you you have what it takes to potentially make some huge impacts on this world and potentially a new world. Very impressive. I encourage you guys to do some digging. Carrie Waters, very smart. So her background and her bigger claim to fame is she was very involved with making residential water use smart. She developed some of the patents used in that technology. She's been a big advocator of sustainability and also of utilizing resources in an efficient manner. We need more of that. I'm in California right now where we don't have a lot of water. It's a growing concern. Without these smart devices that are using less water, it gets worse. So that's cool. So I'm like, that makes sense. Someone with that background with a housing company, that makes sense. Okay, cool. What's interesting is what she's doing right now. So what she's doing right now is she actually has a video game coming out on Steam called Million on Mars. Yep, it might already be out by the time this video comes out. So Million on Mars, and what it does is it's survival crafting. So think about it. If this game comes out and people start playing it and it has even the level, or it gets to the level of Fortnite or any of those other games, there's gonna be millions and millions of people every second of the day working out scenarios for surviving on Mars. That's incredible data. That's incredibly useful data, okay? So Elon Musk also in January of 2021 said that his goal was to have 1 million on Mars by 2050. So we've got Elon Musk working out how to get there, right? And then also how to make it survive. You've got Carrie Waters, who has this video game coming out all about crafting that survival. I mean, just think of the different scenarios. And a lot of people would be like, well, you can just have a computer run the scenarios. Look, computers are amazing, they're brilliant, but sometimes it takes something out of the left field in order to make something brilliant. You know, we see that with some of our most incredible minds. It's not rational thought. It's something where you're like, it doesn't make sense, but then it's perfect. So my guess is that with this house, he's actually trying to figure out if this is a base model of what could be used in Mars, and that he's living in it because as an engineer, as a brilliant mind, he's dreaming how to make it sustainable for Mars. So that is what I'm thinking this is about. I think the $50,000 pop-up house, I do not think that it is because he's becoming the world's biggest affordable housing advocate. I think it's because he is dreaming how we're gonna live in Mars. And based on what's happening with our floods, fires, tornadoes, you name it, we've got a hideous natural disaster. I think the more and more we dream about Mars, the better. So I hope this was mildly interesting. Go down the rabbit hole, it's really interesting, and I am definitely gonna be watching Carrie Waters because she looks pretty darn impressive. Thanks for watching.